Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Let's Play Caravan Stories. This is part 7 of our Let's Play series, so let's go ahead and jump right into it. Sorry about the part 5, or sorry, part 6 that I recorded was a little bit problematic. I was having a little bit of internet issue and the stream was kind of going in and out, and there was a lot of stuff going on, but the quality was really bad, and I apologize for that. Hopefully this time it will be a lot better. So hopefully we can stream at the regular quality. I made sure the internet was good before I started the stream, so let's see how things go. Okay, so we got our login as usual. We got some gold, we got some crystals, and some runes. So, great. Hi, Sophia. Good to see you again. Now, there was a little bit of something that happened off screen yesterday when I finished recording part 6. I actually came back in here to kind of take some screenshots and accidentally triggered the login bonus. So I actually claimed a login bonus from yesterday. So it passed 12 in the morning, and it, when I was in, it just kind of gave me this already. But it was just 10 EXP orbs, no big deal. So we'll just go ahead and continue. And let's go into our caravan here. Last time we were upgrading I believe it was the crystal storage. So yes, so we went to level 2 to level 3. Now we can store a maximum of 1500. So 1500 in addition to our 1000 that we can store. That brings us up to 2500 for the storage, which is really good. So we haven't been online for about a while, so we got a good amount here. So let's go ahead and check to see what we can also install here. So we have 940. We have the lab and the sphere pump. The sphere pump, we haven't actually done very much with the sphere yet, and I'm not too familiar with it at this moment. But I think once we upgrade the world map, it's going to allow us to go into a dungeon for sphere, using sphere, and it's increased EXP and increase drop rate or something like that. Oh, sorry, increase gold. So that's what that is. Now we haven't talked about autoplay yet. I know we unlocked it when we upgraded the world map, so maybe a little bit today. But let's see what we can upgrade. So, because we have 900, we can upgrade our gold pump, which is going to give us more gold generation, actually. So, more gold generation per hour, and a bit more storage, so 1000 more temporary storage on the gold. I think we're okay on gold for now. Let's check some of these other facilities and see if we can upgrade them and see if it's worthwhile. Fusion Lab, we're gonna wait for 3000, so it might not be that worth it. And Equipment Fusion Lab is also another 3000, plus we don't have the parts for it yet. So I think maybe the wiser choice right now is to just go ahead and install these two facilities here. The reason why we want to install facilities early on is because if you notice, the facilities cost less materials and less time to upgrade in its early stages. So the sooner we can upgrade those, the higher we can increase our caravan level, the more space we're going to get, the more things we can install, etc, etc. So it's kind of like a balance act between leveling the things that you need and leveling the things that are required for us to proceed with the things that we need. Okay, so now that we have installed the equipment lab, we can now upgrade and add runes to our equipment. This is really good. So the game's going to go ahead and tell us what that is. So it's training us to go to the upgrade, and in the upgrade, this is what the board looks like. If you played Final Fantasy X before on the PlayStation 2, this will look very familiar. Basically, it's a sort of like a branch or tree-like structure, and everything is kind of laid out like this. And you start in the middle, and just like Final Fantasy, you kind of go in a specific branch that you want to develop in. At the end of each branch are these sort of big skills right here: damage reduction, so damage received reduction by 5%. So these are sort of the end of the road buffs. So wisdom will increase by 3, which is good, and defense or damage received. So for this particular item, this is what it is. Now, we've been collecting a lot of the runes. We haven't had any use for them, but basically this is where it becomes useful. So by clicking on one of the runes, it's going to tell us what stat it is. So this is the defense rune. So we have 15 of them. It's going to cost 500 to embed the rune into the weapon. Now, at any point in time, we can remove runes by clicking on them and saying remove. Removing the runes will actually give us the rune back in our inventory, but there is a 50% chance that the rune will actually fail and not come back into our inventory. Now, I think there's a bug in the game where this 50% actually isn't true if you're removing runes one by one. So let's say, for example, I'm removing this rune right here. I go to remove, it says it's 50%, but it's actually 100%. I've never had a rune fail if I remove it one by one. So one by one mean I remove this one first, then I remove this one, then I remove this one, and I remove this one. Now you can remove this guy right here, and technically all of these will get removed, quote unquote, technically. Sometimes I think the rune restore will trigger here. So if it says 50%, there's a 50% chance you may lose a lot of these runes. But for the most part, I've actually found that if I took the root rune off, I only get the root rune back, and the rest of the runes are gone. So don't do that. If you value your runes, remove them one by one. It's very tedious, I know, but I think it is a bug in the game where that runation or runification or rune restore doesn't actually work, and you actually, it's either 100% or it's 0%. Now the game automatically made us come down this route for a rune, and it's kind of placed the runes into our 3-star equipment here, which is not bad. I'm okay with that. But as you can see, we kind of consume some of our money here. And so I'm just going to go ahead and actually apply some runes, because this is actually going to be really good for us. Now, because we're a tank, we're going to want to embed defense rune and HP runes. So each one of these is going to give 220 HP, and then this is going to give us 4 defense. Now once we get to this spot right here, we're going to have to use an awakening rune. We don't have any of those right now. As you can see, we have 0 of those, but we will get those later on. And this weapon basically can have 5 awakenings, so it could go through 5 of these sort of star branches right here. And so you want to be a little bit selective about where you want to take your runes. But for the beginning, if you have a lot of money right now, it doesn't matter where you put it, because you're gonna run into this star branch and you can't go anywhere. But basically, you can kind of fill out the beginning parts of these 4 loops and at least get some extra HP, at least get some extra magic defense and whatnot. Now, because my character is a tank character, it's going to have a lot of defense related runes. Yeah, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and just add some runes here. Oh, by the way, you can also add runes in a chain. So if I add this rune here, it's going to go ahead and consume 2000 and apply the runes that are along its path. So I don't have to go one by one when I add them, but when I remove them, I would want to go one by one, because otherwise I would lose runes. So that's how that works. So we have a lot of gold here, so I'm just going to go ahead and apply as much runes as we can. By the way, shout out to the people who are watching the stream right now. Thanks for being here. I really appreciate you guys watching. Looks like we don't have enough HP runes, so looks like we can't advance beyond oh, we don't have enough magic defense runes. So this is as far as we can go. So we're 0 here. Not too bad. Not too bad. Now we can also upgrade the shield here. We still have 9 of these, so at the very least, I kind of want to kind of add these guys in here to just give us more defense overall. Now, as you can see, the gold is going down really quick. We only have 1 HP rune, so I'm not gonna do a whole lot here. We kind of banked everything onto our main character. In retrospect, I think I should have gone and did it to Sophia, but Sophia's weapon is only 1 star, so generally I want to add runes to characters with 3-star equipment or better. So that's just my rule of thumb. So we have anima here, so let's go ahead and collect the anima that we can. That's great. We have 400, and so that's the equipment lab. We can upgrade the equipment lab at 300 here, or we could also do the last installation, which is the sphere pump. Now this is 300. I'm not sure if it's really worth it for now, so 300 is going to give us 160 left over, although the achievement is going to give us some runes, some crystals back, so it might actually be worth it. So let me go ahead and just install this guy, and this will now let us enter the Chamber of Spirits and Training. So this is what's going to allow us to use this sphere. I don't know a whole lot about it. I've actually only gone in there once. But I'm looking forward to kind of exploring that. So we'll see how that goes. It looks like we can upgrade this one. It's a quick 5-minute upgrade. It should boost our time up, or our caravan up by a little bit here. So I think I'm just gonna go ahead and do that. Okay, so that's it for Caravan E type stuff. Let's go to oh man, I think my controller. Let's go to our missions and get some crystals back by installing what we installed. The last time I was here, oh, by the way, remember I said we've gotten to an area where we can see people now? So those are actual players now. We are in the wild, my friends. So we can see everyone's sort of caravan, see how they decorated, all that good stuff. All right, so give me a sec here. I'm just gonna check on the stream here and just to see what's going on YouTube. Okay, cool. So we got a comment. Hey, what's up? Thanks for being here. It's good to see you. So let's go ahead and continue. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and just advance the story since we're right here. So this is called the Philosophers Power here, and basically it's an EXP orb dungeon. It's very much like the gold dungeon. We defeat enemies, they give us orbs, and oh, connection to the server has been dropped. Oh, that's good. That's good. Let's go ahead and go back in. That's actually the first time that's ever happened, where the connection has been dropped. I wonder if the game's going through server maintenance right now, or maybe it's just bad timing on my part to start streaming. It's interesting. It's very interesting. Okay, so maybe I'm still having internet issues. I don't know. I honestly can't explain it, guys, but hang in there. Okay, we're back, and we are in the Exp Dungeon, which is good. So just like the gold dungeon, if we talk to the guard here, he's gonna give us a quest. Basically, at the very top of this dungeon, up here, are 3 boss-like enemies. Those boss-like enemies are what we need to kill in order to advance to the next area of the to the next floor. Just like the gold dungeon where we went and we tried to beat the gold golem, unsuccessfully at that actually. These guys are the same, so they are sort of the boss or the mini boss of the dungeon, and by defeating them we can go to the second floor where we can get better orbs. So right now you can see that these EXP orbs give 1,000 EXP per use. Well, when we go to the second floor, those orbs will be 4 stars and they're going to give us 3,000 per use. So a lot better. As we can see people here now, which is really cool. I really enjoy the fact that we can see people and kind of see what's going on. In addition to being able to see them, we can actually join them in battle. We can actually add them to our party. We can chat with them. All sorts of things become available now. So, which is great. We are no longer in a silo. Hey Matthew, thanks for the comment. Yes, it is an open world game, so to speak. Meaning you can go anywhere, you can explore, but it's kind of driven by the story. Now, I have gone off the beaten path and just ventured off on my own, and I found some monsters that were really strong. Obviously, I couldn't beat them, but because the monsters aren't typically aggro, you can adventure around and explore a lot of the world without having to kind of open them up. Now, some parts of the game or some parts of the areas will be locked off until you get to them. Like for example, you can't travel to an island if you don't have the ship part of the story enabled. So it's kind of open world, but it's also kind of story driven as well. So it's a little bit of both. Kind of an interesting dynamic. Oh, I'm gonna try to sneak through these guys here. Oh, I got caught. Man. Alright, well these guys aren't too bad actually. So our AoE setup is actually going pretty well. So the fact that we are able to take them out without a lot of issues is really good. Means we're progressing pretty well. Sorry about the background noise. If you hear little bells, it's actually my dog. He is in the room here with me. And he enjoys this game too, by the way. Okay, so we're gonna collect some orbs here. What I like to do is, with the time, so those are the bosses right there. So now we have somebody who's actually fighting it. We could tag team and see if we can help beat it, but I think it's going to be a little bit too much for us right now. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and use some of this time to fight the enemies that we have here to get the orbs for us. And if there's time left over, I will join the other person and see if we can help out. I honestly don't think we can help out too much, and I'm not the type of person who likes to snipe victories. So basically what you can do is you can actually enter a fight, and if somebody's already beaten the boss down a lot, you can actually kind of come in and kind of take credit for the fight, even though you didn't really do a whole lot. That's what I mean when I say like snipe the victory. I don't like doing that. I like the challenge of kind of building up my team and being able to kind of take on these fights on my own. But you know, it's just a matter of preference. Sometimes the really tough enemies just are really tough. So it looks like that person is done, and it didn't look like they cleared because the enemy is standing on the stairs. So we're not going to attempt it. Clearly, if we can't beat the gold golems, we won't be able to beat these those boss guys. So Matthew, you said in your top 10 favorite games. You know, I play a lot of MMORPGs. I wouldn't say that this is one of my top 10 per se, but then again, if I think about it, I don't know if I actually, I don't know, like, have played too many of them. I tend to stick to the console systems, but it is a fun game. There are some gripes that I have about the game. The difficulty spike is really crazy. And you'll see what I mean later on. But basically, when we get through all 4 of the classes, the orcs, the human, the dwarves, and the elf, we unlock the Guesty class, and this class immediately throws you into the fire, and the first set of fights are already pitting you against enemies that are like 30,000 BP, and your party is just clearly not strong enough to handle those. And so I feel like there's a gap between that I'm missing somehow, or that the game is trying to force me to power level before I can actually take those. So in a way, I kind of feel stuck. So that's one gripe that I don't really have it about this game. Other than that, the UI is a little bit clunky from time to time. That's why I have the mouse, so I can kind of click things, because if you use the controller only, it's a little bit clunky. So that's my only gripe, but I do enjoy the game. I like the cartoon anime-ish aspect of it. I really enjoy that. I love the Japanese voiceover. I think they did really well. So yeah. Okay, so I guess to answer that question, yeah, sure, it would be one of my top 10 RPGs to play. But I'm kind of old school. I played a lot of the more old school RPGs, like I don't know. I'm probably gonna date myself here for Maple Story, Fly for Fun, Onigiri. Let's see, a couple of the other ones. I don't know. I just can't think of them off the top of my head. But yeah, good question. But I do enjoy this game, and hopefully, if you get into the game, you can enjoy it as well. So okay, we have a facility here finished. Really easy to finish. It's production of 6 to 7 an hour. Honestly, I'm not really sure what all that equates to at the moment. But let's go ahead and save up 300 so we can upgrade the equipment lab. Okay. Now I forgot to check the deed when I was in my menu. No big deal. We'll just check it later. So now that we've cleared that, we have basically advanced our story quest, our main story. Now it's basically telling us to head to the next area. I think what I'm gonna do, or I think what I promised to do last time, was kind of explore this area a little bit more. Basically, just kind of unmap this area. We can unmap a little bit of the area here, over here. It kind of loops in a big circle, so if we head down this way, grab some NPCs along the way, clear some quests, and whatnot. So, yeah, I think I'm going to do that. Now, this area is blocked off. If we talk to this messenger, he says that the border is currently blocked. I've never gotten past this before. But I assume it's part of the story, so I think we'll get there when we get there. So let's talk to some NPCs. More times than not, they're just going to give us items, so it's worthwhile talking to them. We're going to collect stuff as I go along here, and there's a good, nice treasure chest for us here, which gives us more EXP orb. That's great. Now what I like to do is I kind of like to hug the walls a little bit, just because you never know where areas are fogged and where they're not, where they're unfoggable. Just like last time, we kind of wasted a little bit of time kind of traveling back and forth because the area was still fogged up. So yeah, just gonna go ahead and do this. By the way, on the minimap, now that we have people, we can see that the people are the actual players of the game are in green dots. So if you see a green dot, that means it's an actual person. This person seems to be in their menu, I would assume. I would assume that's what I look like too when my character's in the menu screen, just kind of just standing there. So yeah, it is nighttime. 2200 hours. We got these 3 NPCs that we can talk to. They're gonna give us some stuff. Wonderful. Always good when you get free stuff. Let's see. We came from there. I want to see if I can unclear this little area, this little blip here. I feel like it will unfog for us. Yeah. So definitely unfogged there. So definitely worthwhile to kind of walk around. Let's go ahead and grab this NPC here as well. And we see that there's a lot of monsters here, a lot of variety of monsters, which is really nice. So yeah. It's asking us to challenge a deer. The deer is 11,000 BP. Our BP is currently, I don't know, almost 10,000. I think we can do it. I think there's some strategy to it. But if you notice, there's actually a deer right here. Now, what the game doesn't tell you is you don't have to beat this deer. You can beat any other deer that you find later on. So, if the game tells you you need to beat a deer, or you can actually wait till you find another area that has those enemies at a lower level, and then you can kill those guys and clear the quest. Pro tip. So yeah, don't fight this deer here. He's a monster. Literally, he's not worth fighting him. I've gotten killed by him more times than not trying to fight him. So yeah, let's not do that. Now, do we need to come into it? Yeah, yes we do. So let's go ahead and come to her. Oh, also, I said that I would explain a little bit of the auto-collect. So let's go ahead and do that. So autoplay is actually here represented by this little foot icon. You can also see it here on your minimap. So when you click on the foot icon, it will automatically, you can set it to automatically collect materials, you can set it to automatically trigger battles, you can change the settings of the autoplay here. So autoplay target, if I want to just collect materials first over targets, I can do that. You can tell it to target and make allies do an autoplay. So basically, if let's say later on you're a little bit high level, right? We're fighting monsters that are 2-3 stars, and you encounter an enemy that's 1 star. You can have autoplay not capture that or not fight them because they're just too weak. We wouldn't want to fight them, and so you can actually set that setting there and have the autoplay kind of do its thing. Now, I'm going to go ahead and set the autoplay to collect material, and as you can see, just like when I have the auto setting on, it's going to move me to the nearest material, and then it's going to do this autoplay in wide area. It's basically searching for the next material that is the closest, and it's going to move your character there. Oh man, Centauri. Look at this guy. Remember that little chicken that we saw in a few episodes ago? Well, this is his friend apparently. And 44,000. Yeah, we're not gonna mess with him. Yeah, let's not mess with him. The cool thing is, oh crap. I was just gonna say, if you want to see me get wrecked, this is what happens here. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, let's get out of here. So what I was gonna say is that you actually don't have to. Fight them. They're non-aggro, even though they look pretty monstrous. You don't have to trigger the fight, actually. But if you run into them, stupidly, like I did, they will fight you, and they will kill you. Yes, they will. So, that's a good example of what not to do. That right there kind of set us back a little bit of time, only because we have to kind of move to that area again. But it's going to give us the opportunity to hug this wall and clear out this area. I think we're almost done clearing this entire area. So, hopefully that's been a little bit helpful. Sometimes I'm a little bit sadistic, and I actually like to go into those big challenges and see what happens. You know, you never know. Sometimes the story quest games, when I say BP actually lies, you'll notice that a lot of streamers of this game will say that BP lies. The fact is that you can't always trust the BP. Sometimes I'll go up and fight an enemy that's story based, that has maybe 40 you know, 30,000 BP and I'm at 10,000, I'll still win. Surprisingly. Somehow, I'll still win. But in the open field, sometimes, or in some quests, I will encounter an enemy or a fight that is 7,000 BP. Clearly, 10,000 is higher than 7,000. But when I fight them, I get wrecked. I just get wrecked. And I just don't know why. I don't know why the game scales like that. I honestly do not. But hey, that's that, you know? Alright, so we explored 100% of this, so let's go ahead and collect our EXP orb. That's great. So now we went to, so while I was talking, I went to talk to this person who's going to allow us to go to the next area, but it's story bound, so it's going to have us kill some wolves here. But I think the wolves only appear during the daytime, if I'm not mistaken. Oh no, actually, it's right here. So it's this wolf that kind of beat us before. He had 8,000 BP. He's a guy who kind of harassed us before. So now we're a bit stronger. At least the game thinks we're a bit stronger. So let's take him out. As you can see, his HP is dropping fast, and we're doing good. So he froze Sophia here, so I'm gonna heal Sophia, make sure that she's healed up. I'm gonna grab aggro and shift the aggro to my other character, and I'm gonna move Sophia out a little bit out this way just to give some space. And he's dead. And he's dead. Yeah, feels good to get vengeance. Feels good. So, anyhow, we beat the wolf. Let's go ahead and just keep moving on. We can collect a few rewards as well for some of the stuff that we've cleared before. So let's check real quick. This will allow us to move forward. That's the main quest. No big deal. We completed that by just kind of collecting materials around this area. So, yay for us. Now, bone fighters. I think. Are we in Central? No, we're in Southern. So Central is the next area. So that will be that. Deer we can fight another time. Defeat the orbs is in the Exp Dungeon. The gold golem is in the gold dungeon. This is this continuation. So we just need to keep going. And this is also in the next area as well. So as far as we're concerned, we're actually done here. And so let's move on. There's gonna be a cutscene as we come up here. It's rather cool. It's part of the story, and it's I think the second time that we actually do encounter Sophia. But I'm gonna skip the movie. Do let me you guys let me know if you want to see the videos. They're really cool, but they do take some time, and for the interest of the stream, I tend to just not show it because it just takes too much time. So anyways, bone fighters are here, so let's make this our active quest, and let's go ahead and fight some bone fighters. So we need to kill 10 of them, and I believe there's two per fight. Yeah, so there's 2 per fight. So let's grab aggro here. Now, because Sophia, we don't have good gear for Sophia at the moment. She's taking a lot of damage, but when we do have better equipment for her, it's actually going to be a lot better. So for now, we advance to the next area. The enemies get stronger and stronger as we advance and as we choose to fight. We actually haven't been grinding levels at all. We've just been kind of advancing and moving forward, and having not really had too much difficulty. So that's why in some of these fights it is a little bit harder for us. but it's not unmanageable. Now, one thing that I also think is a good skill to start doing is, as you can notice, the healer, Sophia's getting beat up here, so I'm just gonna move her around, let the snipers do their job. So one thing that I have noticed is that I don't do as often or as well is my healer. So the healer has an AoE sort of heal. I'll show you guys what I mean in a second here. So this healer right now automatically centers on Sophia because she's the weakest right now. She's really hurt right now. But what I can do is I can actually move it so that the circle is actually just slightly outside. Oh jeez, I did not watch that very well. Just slightly outside of where she's standing, and that way the healer doesn't have to actually move too far up to actually cast a spell. You get what I'm saying? So that way you can keep your healer at a distance without making them sort of putting them in the fray of the fight. So that's just something that is a helpful hint. So we should probably kill these guys as quickly as we can. The time is changing here, in-game time that is. So here, I'll show you what I mean again. So I'm gonna make sure that Sophia's at the edge of the circle, so I do get everybody, but I don't necessarily have to move my healer up to kind of get them in range. So yeah, that's how that works. Again, apologies for my little dog. He's whining. We have people that have come home. My wife is actually home, so cool. We got a bone fighter, so let's go ahead and add him. In the meantime, I will be right back, guys. I'm gonna let my little doggy out so he doesn't start whining on us. Be right back. Okay, and we're back. Alright, so we are back. It is 3 a.m. right now, so the ghost monsters are going to start disappearing here pretty quick. So we'll try to do our best to kind of beat these guys and complete this quest. So I'm gonna wait again. So right here, because the healing spell is sort of on the outer edge, I don't have to move the healer, but I do want to move Sophia a little bit so she's outside of the fray, and I wanted to do that. So yeah, things are getting a little bit better. We aren't dying as much, which is good. Although I think statistically, you guys do kind of enjoy seeing me die. Okay, so the time is changing. I think this is our last bone character here, so that's something to just keep in mind of. Enemies do spawn at specific time, so you want to kind of plan your I guess your activities around the time that's available. I'm gonna go ahead and put some heals on here, and I think they are still aggro on Sophia, which is why she's getting hurt a lot. I'm gonna make sure that they attack this guy, and they are, so that's good. Let me know if you guys actually enjoy some of this content, or let me know if you're actually playing the game yourself and what your experiences are. I do know that, like I said, I have had some gripes about the game, but you know, overall I think it's not bad. I do think it is a little bit simplistic as well, as far as not simplistic, but the level of engagement for what you're able to do in the game is a little bit limited. So what I mean is that the auto attack, I think the auto attack could have been managed by you, the player, but because this is a mobile port, I do understand why it's doing the auto attack for us, and then we only have control over one active skill. Wow, looks like we may still be able to beat the bone characters here. So let's go ahead and do that. If we run into some trouble, I may actually just oh, kind of wasted that one, didn't I? Yeah, I wasted that one. At least we're guessing. Jeez. Yeah. Yep. I tried something new. I thought that like I might just kind of manually control the skill that the Lottie would do, but yeah, it didn't work. Okay, let's see. Yep, that's the last of our bone characters, so let's just keep going. Another sort of world boss here. We're not gonna mess with him. We have somebody fighting the little bunnies. Alright, cool. Oh, we actually do still have bone guys there. So let's see if we can complete this. I do like the fact that it is a bit challenging right now because we're under level. I think we're under level. No, I would say under gear and under level. Our levels are fine. Our gear could use a good upgrade. So, yeah. So Azul, do you enjoy the game and it's relaxing, something to play during the downtime games? I totally agree with you. I totally agree. This can be a really relaxing game. It could also be a really competitive game too. I'm of the competitive nature. Like whenever I play, especially MMOs or whatever, I try to be the best. I try to find the best strategies and whatnot. And sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't work. But more often than not, I really just enjoy kind of finding out strategies and techniques that I can help and share with other people, which is why I like doing these kind of let's play, these sort of streams a lot, because I like to find ways to do things faster, better, or just more enjoyable, and I love to share with people. So that's an entertaining fact to me. So we did the 10 bone guys. So we killed them. So that's cool. So let's go ahead and see what else we have left here. Let's check out the map real quick. The map is somewhat small. We've uncovered 20% of this map already, so which leads me to believe that it's somewhat relatively small. So let's go ahead and register this caravan post. We'll collect the reward, and we'll come into our menu, see how much stuff we have. Oh, see that lag? Yeah, that's gonna be a continual thing, because now that we're in the open world, things can get a little bit laggy. But I just wanted to open the menu to see how much materials we have, and see if we can do some upgrades in a little bit. There are some flowers here. I'm gonna try to do my best not to collect everything, because I am a hoarder. So yeah, let's go ahead and uncover some of this stuff here. Talk to that guy. He gave us some stuff. Oh, our friend Ratties are back. They are the 2-star version, I think. Stronger, but still, just Ratties. I probably could use them a little bit more effectively, but I feel like our human characters are a lot stronger right now, so we're gonna stick with that. Please don't touch me. Okay. Let's go ahead and cross this bridge and see where that leads us. Probably to the next town, if I am guessing correctly. If we look in the scenery here, we can see that the draw distance is actually not too bad. Got some sheeps here. We got this plant here. Sometimes I like to go into these nooks and crannies because oftentimes they'll contain rare materials that don't spawn anywhere else except for those small corners. So sometimes it's kind of good to explore those areas. Also, there's also going to be materials that spawn only in a specific time of the day. So, for example, daytime or nighttime, and you know, just venturing around, we can actually find where those are. We'll just like randomly get them, which is pretty neat. I'm gonna clear some of this map here as well. We got our bookie here. He's pretty tough. You can tell that they're really strong by the color of the name. You can see that the purple is something that's unique. It means don't touch him. If we, you know, hover over him, you can see that he's over 46,000. The red ones obviously are strong. The white color means they're okay. They're around the same level as us, or something that we can take on. So yeah. Let's check our map real quick. I think that's to the next area. I'm gonna unfog this area here. Looking at our time, and we are quickly running up on 40-50 minutes here. I do want to keep the stream a little bit short, just so that it's, I don't know, digestible. But we have quite a few people watching, so I might actually just continue and just see where we can go. So we meet another NPC here. His name is Riot, and he has a sort of a struggle. He's a farmer, and there's bugs that he's very scared that the bugs are gonna eat all his crops. So he's out here trying to swat them, and not doing a very good job at that. So we're gonna join him, and we're gonna give him a hand here and kind of take care of these bugs. He blames the bugs for bad harvest or whatnot. Of course. We're gonna put our tank over here. He's also a tank character, so it kind of helps that he's kind of spreading out the damage. We'll move our camera back here, and this battle should be over pretty quick. So I'm gonna go ahead and kill that bug. And Tempest is on the group here, and why not? Just gonna heal the party. Spam some skills. Okay, we cleared his story, and now we can collect weird farmer. Yeah, he's a weird farmer. So that's how to unlock him, and then that's how we unlock him, and then the part of his story kind of continues if we choose to follow his story. Hang guys, I'll be right back. Hey, sorry about that. Hey, sorry about that, guys. My wife had a question for me, so definitely needed to answer her question. Anyways, so we have started his story, and if we follow the quest, we can actually go to the next part of his story. So let's go ahead and just keep that for now. I'm just gonna continue to explore. We're gonna find that we're gonna get pretty bombarded with quests here, and it's just a matter of just how we manage the quest. So this guy wants us to kill baby wild boars. Why? Why would you kill baby boars? That's unacceptable. So we got the caravan post. Let's go ahead and collect on that too. Let's see where we're at. We explored 90%, so the last 10% should be here. So let's head up here and explore the rest of it. Baby wild boars are here too, so that's cool. Let's see what this guy has to say. Yeah, he's just got some money for us. That's the next area, and I do think the last 10% is here. It's gonna hug those walls. Go down here. I think that should be it. Yeah, 100%. 100%. Sweet. So we'll collect on that, and I think that maybe this is a good place for us to kind of end our stream for now. There's a big baby wild boar. He's a big one. And let's do some caravan-y stuff before we sign off. I always forget to come back in here and collect our free anima. So let's do that. So it's 6 so far. We have 600 crystals. What do we want to do with it? I did say that we should upgrade some stuff, but we don't have anything to install right now, so it's basically just all upgrades. So let's check to see what takes the least amount of time. This is going to take 30 minutes. But honestly, it really doesn't matter for us at this point. I think the three that we can upgrade, I think the one that's going to be most useful for us is the equipment lab. So let's go ahead and just do that. That's going to set us back 300, and then yeah, I think that's pretty good. Let's collect some deeds while we're at it. They're getting less and less, and harder to get because we have to do like 3,000 battles and whatnot. Let's check our exterior real quick since we're here. We're still good on that. Do we have any new installation that we can do? Doesn't look like it. So yeah, our exterior is good. The interior looks good. Let's clear out some monsters while we're here. We actually only have 5, so it's not too bad. But I don't think I'm going to be using these guys as much anymore. So I think I'm just going to get rid of them. And probably the mantis as well. Actually, I'm gonna keep the 2 that are leveled, just in case we need them for whatever reason. Okay. So yeah, I think this will be a good place for us to end the stream. And in the next one, we are going to continue. We're gonna open up more Riot's story. We're gonna go back a little bit and collect on these quests. This is to advance. This is where we are at now. We'll find a place where we can beat the deer, and then we'll just kind of train up to beat the shadow orb and the gold golem their respective dungeons. I think this will be really good. So yeah, thanks everyone for kind of watching and being here. Thanks for the good questions, and thank you for your support. Yeah, hopefully you guys have a good one. And yeah, this is Evil signing out. Peace.